Everybody, it's Tyler here at the Speedway Signature event, checking in with 6842V Vicious Vortex. This team here has an awesome integrated arm mech that's going down the wall in the Line 6 as well too. A lot of great stuff we'll be talking about with this team. Talking about match strategy, how they're approaching this year's game, of course, and some other great little tidbits you got to pay attention to. Let's learn more about them coming up here on Pits and Parts. Pernille, let's start talking about this awesome set of integrations. Starting with your intake here, talk to me about what you have so far. How'd you come up with it?
Yeah, so after the first signature event, Mall of America, I analyzed lots of the games there. I found out that hook intake, though it's fast, it's very inconsistent. And bots like hood intake actually did very well. And these flex fuel here, they're better than hook because they actually keep possession of the ring at all times. And if you can see right here, it is really fast and more efficient than hook intake. That's why we decided to build the flex fuel intake over hook. Also, we have these spacers here, which a few teams do, but not many. They help make sure, even if you're mounting your flex fuels a little high off, they can still touch the ring at all time.
All right, so Jackson, talk to me more about this integration, how it all comes together.
Okay, so the heart and soul of our bot is our intake, and the best part about it is we use an 82-to-12 gear ratio to be able to lift it up. To be able to lift it up off the ground. We have standoffs here for hang, which we're not currently running in this tournament, but yeah. And then we are able to lift it up. Here we have the hole in the bottom of it so we can score on neutral wall stakes to win matches.
Okay, Shab, yeah, let's talk more about this wall stake scoring because your team's done such a great job on it so far. I'd love to hear more of what's gone into that.
Yeah, wall stakes are an extremely important part of how we strategize and make plans because having the top ring on wall stakes is worth 3 full points. So during our initial game analysis, we really focused deeply on being able to score on a wall stake. And as my teammate said, we bought an arm because we thought that did well after analyzing the first signature event of Mall of America. So what we do is we're really happy that they integrate together our intake as well as our arm. So what we do is we pick up a ring as we would with an intake, but we stop intaking it so it's up here. And then we just simply lift our arm up and we come close. And the good thing about having an arm is the fact that with a Lady Brown mech or any other significant mechanisms, they have to be a certain distance, they have to be a specific position. But with this, it allows us a great room for error, which helps us score as quickly as possible. In addition, something that you might not have seen throughout this year is the fact that we could actually de-score from the high wall stakes. This piece of plastic, if lifted up, can completely de-score each and every single one of the rings on there. And the rules are that you get DQ'd if 3 go out, but in our experience, majority of them go inside. We haven't found a use for this in the tournament so far, but we've used it in previous tournaments as well.
Well, and as we're filming this right, we're in qualifications right now. Definitely could be a strategy to look at playoffs potentially for that too. I think that'd be really cool if you all can implement that. That's really awesome on there. One of the other things I think is great in your robot too, Mason, is the mobile goal mech that you're doing. You're lifting it a bit higher than what some of the other teams are doing as well too. Talk to me about why you went that route, and have you noticed a difference by lifting it higher from other teams?
So our Mogo mech, we have it lift the mobile goal a bit higher because it helps us with our strategy, and because when it's clamped onto our mobile goal, it's very hard for the other teams to also clamp on it and steal it. We've seen situations where multiple teams will try clamping on the same mobile goal, but since our Mogo mech raises it much higher than other teams, it's very hard for other teams to clamp on.
Very cool. Lorelei, as you go through the season, match strategy and the meta of this game has continued to evolve so far. How is your team approaching match strategy at the signature event?
So our team has figured out that our robot requires a very good strategy. So I've analyzed the game with my teammates, and we've realized how this intake design and this Mogo mech design is the optimum design for this game. Our intake is really good for intaking rings very fast and scoring really easily. And since our Mogo mech lifts the stakes so high, it makes the rings go on a lot easier, and it doesn't miss that much.
So you said it's the optimal, mechanism where you have. Are there any current feature plans for your team right now at your next event? Some changes you might make potentially?
We might do a rebuild, but I think we're pretty good with this.
Pretty happy with
design.
what you got so far, and obviously performing very well as well too. As we start to wrap up in here, K-Shop, talk more about the code that's gone into this robot. What are you implementing here?
We really focused on creating algorithms that are simple and consistent, because of a lot of teams during the season, they create really complex algorithms, but they really have little room for error, which is why we use a really simple PID system with around the standard variables P, I, and D, as well as many others that are really important to just settle error, as well as and other settle ideas, because if we bang into a wall or anything like that, we don't want our Auton run to be over. So what we have to do with settle time is our robot gives up after that certain settle time, which means even if something happens during autonomous, especially during skills, we're actually able to make up for that, and which really helps us with consistency throughout our robot. We also use the Jackson Area Robotics Zero Tracker ODOM, which also helps us, and we changed it around to fit our specifications, which really helps us with our consistency as well.
I love hearing about, by the way, you're taking inspiration from some great teams out there, but you're
Yeah.
making it your own as well, too. And I think that's really important
Yeah, of
for
course.
teams to do something like that. So, Vicious Vortex, can't wait to see. Of course, I do. You already got one win on your belt from earlier this season. Looking for big things here at this signature event. Good luck the rest of the way. And thanks for telling us more about this awesome machine. We can't wait to see how you do here.
Thank you so much.